Donuts are like a very special process and a part of our family. My dad, um, like we did a lot of donuts every week with our dad, and we do it with our kids, and so it was like more of just like, oh, this is a sweet memory that I wanted to create for other people, and I wanted to provide a space for people to do that as well. But I also wanted it to, how can I do this so that um, I can include my culture and introduce it to people who've never had like certain flavors or certain textures. But also, how can I be a community builder as well? So I didn't want to go in it to make money. I wanted to go in it with a purpose. So in March, we were complete lockdown. Like we couldn't, I mean, all the shops were closed. Everybody was closed. And I think at that point, I was even considering just folding at that point, because I was just like, I don't want to do this right now. It doesn't seem like it's the right thing to do. I wanted to be responsible with what was going on in the world. Like I didn't want to be um, a per- a person that was gonna start a business and create more chaos than everything was happening. And so I wanted to be really responsible. Um, and I think it was more of overcoming a fear of just failing, I think, and just giving it a shot. So that was like the end of May. So almost like 3 months into it, I think businesses started opening up a little bit. People were doing takeout. And then I just was like, well, we've already invested all this money into it. Should we just try to see if we can do it? And at the time, I was working out of a bakery in Lake Oswego, and that was my first pop up spot, because they were just like, yeah, just try it out and see, you know, what, how it's going to be. And so what we did was we did it. And I think at that time, I was like, man, I made 100 and something donuts. And that was a lot for me, which was what I thought. And we sold out in like 5 to 10 minutes. And then we did it the following weekend. We upped it up by a little bit more, and we sold out at the same time. And then by that point, we were just kind of reaching out to other coffee shops to see like if we could be in more in Portland. And so then we were, at La Perlita, and then we were at Unique Tea, and then that kind of just after that, that was already in June, and then by July, we were getting bombarded with like DMs of people wanting us to be in their spot. And I think at the same time, people just were um, trying to just make money, like trying to bring businesses back to their location. And so we wanted to do that for them. We wanted to be able to be at places where we felt like either people need to know about these places, or just really help the business out a little bit. That if anything, I think Heyday's success is probably a reflection of how great Portland is as a city. I think that I didn't come from any of the food or restaurant business here in Portland, Um, and for them to accept and believe in what we do and to understand what we do is another thing, was very encouraging. I think it keeps us going for sure. I love that, like, as tiring as it is, it's really like, it really makes us feel what we have is appreciated. And I think Portland does a really great job in appreciating like your craft. And especially if you pour your heart into something, they see it and they support it. And you may have bad days or whatever. And I think they'll still support you because they know they believe in the bigger picture of all of it. So the next step for me was to hire somebody, and I did that already. And so I was really glad that I made that next step, because I really wanted to make sure I could pay a fair wage for somebody so that they could actually, have a living and pay rent and, things like that without struggling. And so I think that for in itself was like a big success for the first year. The next year, I think that, right now we're doing wholesale with one coffee shop. Maybe we'll expand. I think we're gonna kind of just feel it out. But for right now, we're still in a pandemic, so I guess we'll just wait and see what's gonna happen and plan out. I don't want to put us in a bigger bind than we really need to be, and we're kind of really enjoying the pop up life right now. And I think people are really enjoying that too. And I love that we can build community and relationships with these people. And so, yeah, until that kind of is just not a thing that we can do anymore, then I think the next step would probably be brick and mortar at some point.